Hey everyone, I'm going to be reviewing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legendary Decks 2. First up, Yugi's deck. We got Dark Magician, the right leg of Exodia, the left leg, sorry I couldn't read that, the left arm, the right leg, the right arm, Dark Magician Girl, Buster Blader, Silent Magician level 8, Silent Magician level 4, the Tricky, discard a card and special summon it, Magician's Valkyria, all my opponent, essentially all monsters that I control cannot be targeted by face-up monsters your opponent control cannot target face-up spellcast type monsters that except this card, so that's pretty useful. Blast Magician, Big Shield Guardian, useful for sets. Blockman, you probably already saw it, but you know how a while back I said that Gentlemander I just found insanely funny and hilarious, where I beat that with Marshmallow. Its effect is pretty useful. Once I've set it, if it was attacked, cannot be destroyed by battle. At the start of a damage step, and the attacking player loses 1,000 life points. Useful. Sangan. Oh, the head. Exonian Necklace, and the God cards Slifer. Ignore that. Obelisk. And War. And then the legendary Exodia Incarnate. The Dark Factory of Mass Production. You guys probably can't really read that, but I can target 2 normal monsters in my graveyard, add those targets to my hand. Swords of Withering Light, my opponent cannot attack me for 3 turns. Monster Reincarnation, Messenger of the Peace, Thousand Knives, Gold Sarcophagus. If you know why I'm reviewing them like this, is because this is the only way I can really do it. Dark Burning Attack, Dark Burning Magic, Ties of the Brethren, Secret Village of the Spellcasters, Pot of Duality. I can excavate the top 3 cards of my deck, add 1 of them to my hand, and shuffle the rest back into the deck. Downsides to this card is that I cannot special summon during the turn I activate it, and I cannot activate another Pot of Duality. Magical Dimension, Magicians Unite, Tricky spell for if I've got the Tricky on the field, I can activate this card and special summon. I can special summon the Tricky tokens equal to the number of monsters my opponent controls. Pretty useful. Dark Magic Attack. If you control a Dark Magician, destroy all spell and traps my opponent controls. Contract with Exodia. Magical Hats, always a fun card. Eternal Soul. Obliterate. Magical Cylinder. If my opponent attacks me, I can just flip this over and they take the damage. Magician's Circle. Backup Soldier. Gravity Bind. And the Unstoppable Mirror Force. And as well as the Yugi token. Next up, we've got Joey with Red Eyes Black Dragon. And yes, from my previous Yu-Gi-Oh review, I now have 2 Red Eyes Black Dragons. Isn't that a thing to be proud of? Actuator, Alligator Sword, and just look at its flavor text if you can't read it. I'm going to try my best to do a Brooklyn accent for this. My lizard man can swing his sword so fast that it's faster than the speed of sound. Hopefully that was good, I didn't offend any of you. Baby Dragon. This is a useful, actually not exactly useful card, but it is useful for this and Alligator Sword. I'll get into that later. Red Eyes Black Fair Metal Dragon. Red Eyes Archfiend of Banning. A lot of Red Eyes cards for obvious reasons. Red Eyes Retro Dragon. Black Metal Dragon. Jinzo. Used to be such a powerful card. Kind of is still. Basically what its effect is that it negates all trap cards and destroys them. And it's got like 2400 attack, so even play Summon Skull. Goblin attack force. Oof, look at those attack buffs. But wait, what's its effect? After I'm done attacking, it's switched to defense mode. I cannot change it until my next draw phase or probably end phase. So yeah, that's the downside. Gear 3D Ionite effect. All equipped cards are instantly destroyed. So useful if you ever dealing with like a Parasite Paranoid. Rocket Warrior. Blue Flame Swordsman. Its effect works like Flame Swordsman's Deckmaster abilities. Time Wizard. If I call it right, all monsters my opponent controls are destroyed. If I call it wrong, all monsters I control are destroyed, and I take half their attack points as life point damage. Phoenix Gearfried. Gemini Summoner. Dark Valkyria. Command Knight. Blazewing Butterfly, Valkyrian Knight, Keeper of the Shrine. Effect. This card is treated as a tribute. Basically, I can like tribute this card for like 2 tributes for a dragon monster, essentially. Let me just scan through. Yeah, pretty much. There's also like another effect. The Blackstone Legend. Pretty useful card. Inferno Fire Blast. Here's a pretty good card, which is not as powerful as it is in Duel Links, apparently. Red Eyes Fusion. Basically, I can like fusion summon a fusion monster that lists red eyes on it and use this as like a polymerization. So you know that those cards are pretty cool. Cards of Stone. A polymerization. Pretty useful card with Baby Dragon and Alligator Sword. Salamandra. Equipped only to a fire monster. You know, these cards, you really gotta pick like a 700 attack and defense, and it's like buff that's like really useful for you. Like this, I can only use it to fire monsters, and there are some fire monsters in my deck. Scapegoat, I get special summon 4 sheep tokens, really useful card. Foolish Barrier, apparently it's a really good card. I can send one normal monster from my deck to the graveyard. Roulette Spider, probably like the only dice card in this deck. Supervise. Mystical Space Typhoon destroys 1 spell or trap, but it doesn't negate it. Symbols of Duty. I can send 1 normal monster you control to the graveyard, then target 1 monster in either player's graveyard, special summon it, and if you do, equip this card to it. When this card leaves the field, destroy the equipped monster. Red Eyes Spirit. Target 1 Red Eyes monster in the graveyard. Except Red Eyes Black Chick. Special summon it. Another useful card, Kunai with Chain. If my opponent's monster declares an attack, I can either do one of these effects or both effects. I can put that monster in defense position, or I can make my monster gain 500 attack points, or both. As in Stimulus. Call up the Haunted. If a monster, I can basically special summon a monster in my graveyard. I'm not sure how Jinzo would work with that. Torrential Tribute. It destroys all monsters, so be careful when using it. Burst of Breath. Oopsies, card fell. Curse of Anubis. All face-up effect monsters are switched to defense position. Return of the Red Eyes. Red Eyes. Archfiend's Black Skull Dragon, pretty useful card. And Alligator Sword. Basically, its effect is if there are Earth, Water, or Fire attributes on the field, this card can attack directly, and it's got 1700 attack points. So, I don't know, probably good, probably not good. I know. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, my very first ever Xyz monster, believe it or not. My very first ever one. Was this the best Xyz monster? I don't know. I don't know about Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I just collect them. I know the Joey token. Last up, Caba. Alright, last up, the Caba deck. Now instantly we get 3 blue eyes white dragons. Somehow, there apparently only exists 3 in the world. A useful card. Alexandrite Dragon. Vorse Raider. Legend, the Mystical Genie of the Lamp. Battle Ox. Master with Eyes of Blue. Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Do a quick scan. When this card is targeted for an attack, you can negate the attack, and if you do, change the battle position of this card. Then you can special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard during either player's turn. When a card or effect is activated that targets this face of card, you can special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only use one Maiden of Eyes Blue effect per turn, and only once that turn. Alright, so this is a pretty good card. So is this one as well. King of the Swamps. Basically, I can use that as a fusion substitute, but the other fusion material or materials have to be correct. And its added bonus is that I can discard this card to the graveyard, add one polarization from my deck to the hand. So that's pretty useful. But then that monster's gone, and then I'm missing a piece. The White Stone of Ancients. Tiger Dragon. Rider of the Stormwinds. Protector with the Eyes of Blue. The Dragon Spirit of Light, its name becomes Blue Eyes White Dragon. Caba Man. Effect. When this guy is tributed, this card can special summon what? You can tribute this card, special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. Pretty useful, kinda. Kid Modo Dragon. Blade Knife. I have one or less cards in my hand. This card gains 400 attack, and all flip effect monsters are negated. Ancient Lamp. The White Stoner Legend. If this card is sent to the graveyard, I can add one Blue Eyes White Dragon monster from the deck to the hand. Burst Stream of Destruction. Beacon of Light. Mycelium of Light. Enemy Controller. Ancient Rules. Its effect is pretty ancient. I can special summon one level 5 or higher normal monster from my hand. Pretty useful in case you have a brick hand and you just so happen to want a lot of vanilla monsters for some reason. Trading. Well-off style. Sad Yu-Gi-Oh card backstory. Like, that dog's owner's literally right there, but the dog's right there, and there's a bunch of stories that happen with that. Pot of Dichotomy. Right guys, so I had to move room to finish this off. We've got Fusion Substitute. This basically acts as a polymerization, but I can also banish this card from my graveyard, then target one fusion monster in my graveyard, return that to the extra deck. Unexpected Die. If I control no monsters, special summon one level 4 or lower no monster from my deck to the field. Just gonna move them a bit there. Polymerization, not fusion substitute, the actual card. The Melody of Awakening Dragon. Shrink. Silent Doom. Foreign attack orders. Negate attack. What it do? It does basically the exact same thing Pot of Greed probably does, but this just negates an attack. Fusion Reserve. Jar of Avarice. Target 5 cards in my GUI, shuffle them back into deck, then draw one. Pretty useful. And I had like from my Ultimate Predators starter deck I reviewed, I had like either a hollow or like a super ultra version of that card. Shadow Spell, Cloning, and then that's it for traps, and then we're on to the extra deck. Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. First of the Dragons. 2 normal monsters must be special summoned and can't be special summoned by other ways. You can only control one first of the dragons. This card cannot be destroyed by battle except by battle of a normal monster and is unaffected by other monsters' effects. Priest for card has got 2700 attack points, but it's the best card of all Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Look at how shiny that is. Yeah, I know what I'm saying is not accurate, but I don't know what the names are. This could be a holo, it could be a super rare, it could be ultra rare. I have no clue. That might is like shiny. It's Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. So there's that. And the legendary Caba token. And if you for some reason enjoyed this review, I hope you did. And bye.